and I lost my browser that had the agenda. Okay. Is the podium ready to go?
All set.
Thank you. All right, good evening. Mayor Gear is away this evening, so I'll be chairing the meeting this evening. So to kick off, could we, Ms. Hunt, could we take the roll?
Mr. Carter?
Here.
Mr. Young?
Here.
Mr. Walters? Ms. Cleland McGrath?
Here.
Ms. Moulton?
Here.
Mr. McDougall?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Thank you.
All right.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, Ms. Moulton.
I would like to, Councilmember Walters is unable to be here tonight due to insufficient internet connection. It's not the city's, but I would like to move to excuse him from this evening's meeting.
Second.
Second.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second to excuse Mr. Walters. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. All right. Thank you. We'll move on to Section 2, announcements and committee reports. And the first item we have is COVID-19 update. And jumping to that window, bear with me a sec. So as of December 28th, we've got numbers for Island Hospital and then separate numbers for Skagit County. Island Hospital has to date tested just under 10,000 at 9,958 and found a total of 180 positive cases. Island Hospital has admitted 28 total patients to date, and we've had 0 fatalities at Island. Skagit County itself, we've got kind of this rolling sort of 2 sets of numbers for the last month, from November 27th through December 27th. We added about basically 1,009 cases, which is basically 33% of our total, through the year. So total positive within Skagit County is 2,963, and again, 1,009 of those came in the last month. So we've had it's been a big surge in the county as well as, obviously throughout the country. To date, we've had 33 fatalities, which includes, unfortunately, 7 in the last month. And then to date, we've had a total of 188 hospitalized. We currently are running at 450.5 new cases per 100,000 residents. And that 455, that's new cases over the last 2 weeks. So that's roughly, actually, I forgot to run the math, but it's basically just over 30 cases per 100,000 residents per day is what that calculates out to do. We also have a fairly high positive percentage testing at 28.4%. That's the primary numbers for the COVID report. If anybody has any questions. All right, pass it off to the Personnel Committee.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Ms. Cleland McGrath, yeah?
Yeah, so our Personnel Committee is you, Mr. McDougall, and then Mr. Young and myself. We currently don't have an HR director, so we are working kind of in unison with a couple different key players. We were contacted by the finance director, Steve Hoagland, because the one main thing is discussing the Teamsters and kind of their COLA for 2021. Part of their 3-year contract is that would be determined kind of on a yearly basis as of now. That information, they've done a lot of research. There's not a lot of comparable communities or cities that have Teamsters that are working on this project currently or have at least determined what they're going to do. So Mr. Hoagland's done quite a bit of research. They have determined kind of a 2% COLA for the Teamsters that is out for a vote, which will be back where the members are able to vote until, I think, noon on Wednesday. We weren't, unfortunately, us as a committee, we're not able to meet before our meeting today, but we plan to meet before our Monday meeting so we can kind of dive a little bit more into that and feel like we've done the necessary preparation before it comes to a vote for council. But if either of you, I know we didn't get to meet together, so you guys may have other key facts to include.
Thank you, Ms. Cleland-McGrath. I happened to speak with Mr. Hoagland today earlier as well, and yeah, it was a very similar conversation. So we'll look forward to meeting later in the week as a committee. Okay. Well then, done with any other announcements or reports? All right, we'll move on to section 3 in public comment. And this is part of the meeting where we don't have much on the agenda tonight. So, but if anyone would like to comment or speak to the council on items that are unrelated to the agenda, this is the time to do so. All right, I think at this point it doesn't look like we have anyone's hand raised, so we can move on to our next section. So item number 4, the consent agenda. Council, what is your pleasure?
Mr. McDougall.
Yes, Mr. Miller.
I move to approve consent agenda items A and B.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Mr. Miller, a second from Mr. Young to approve items A and B. All in favor on the council, please say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Thank you all. Move on to item number 5, other business. And tonight we have Resolution 3010, which is extending the duration of Resolution 2082, providing temporary procedures to respond to the COVID-19 epidemic. So,
Mr. McDougall?
yes, Mr. Hoagland.
Thank you. So we have, let me share my screen real quickly. So we have Resolution 3010 tonight, which, there we go. Resolution 3010 extends the provisions of Resolution 2082. Resolution 2082 was the initial resolution that outlined the city's response to the COVID-19 crisis. This and has since been extended a couple of times now. So this Resolution 3010 extends those same provisions, particularly the electronic meeting provisions, another 3 months. So this puts those provisions in place out to the end of March, and then can be revoked by a council resolution prior to that. And that's what we're all hoping for and looking forward to. But this will put those the framework in place for continued operation in response to the COVID-19 crisis. Be happy to answer any questions or thoughts that council may have on this. Or otherwise may entertain a motion.
Mr. McDougall.
And Mr. Miller.
Yeah, I threw out the 90-day extension. Again, we can always revoke it earlier if things are looking good, which I think we're all hoping it will be. But I move to approve Resolution 3010. Second.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I like the 90-day as well. If there's no more questions or commentary, I'll ask Ms. Hunt to take the vote.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Ms. Cleland-McGrath?
Yes.
Ms. Moulton?
Yes.
Mr. McDougall?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, that's it for other business. So unless there's anything else for the good of the order.
McDougall?
Yes, Mr. Young.
No, I just really want to say, commend the council, the mayor, and the team and the staff for all of the work that they've done in 2020, especially in dealing with COVID. It's been a Herculean task, but one that was done exceptionally well. And I just wanted to just say thank you to all of you for the public service work that you give to all of the people here in Anacortes. And it's been a pleasure working with all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Young, for saying that. I'm in complete agreement. The city and City Hall and staff have all pulled together wonderfully in a very difficult year. And here's to hoping that 2021 is a much better year. Anyone else have anything to say? All right. Well, then we'll close the meeting. Have a great New Year, you all, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.